In the last year or so, we've seen many vegans abandoning a vegan diet because of digestive issues. And so understandably, people are asking, if a vegan diet is so healthy, why do so many run into gut issues? Well, when you look into some of these ex-vegan stories, most say that they had bad digestion or failing health prior to a plant-based diet, but that this diet then made them worse. More often than not, many suffering from digestive problems may actually have something called small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. For those suffering with SIBO, foods that contain oxalates, salicylates, and histamines are going to be a huge problem for those people until the SIBO is dealt with. Just look at this list of foods high in salicylates, histamines, and oxalates, which make up a huge part of a plant-based diet. Now you can see why a carnivore diet will temporarily relieve symptoms because you're removing foods such as beans, spinach, nuts, berries, etc. But it's not actually doing anything to address the underlying problem, and you're setting yourself up for serious health problems down the road on a carnivore diet. Dr. Michael Greger has found that 1 in 100 people have celiac disease, 1 in 1,000 have a wheat allergy, roughly 1 in 100 have a gluten sensitivity, and 1 in 20 have a nightshade sensitivity. So you can see how for those people who are unaware of their sensitivities, going on a plant-based diet filled with whole wheat pasta, bread, tomatoes, peppers, eggplant, white potatoes, etc. will make them feel worse. So now let's hear more from Dr. Greger as he answers the question, why does a plant-based diet not work for everyone? This clip comes from a fantastic interview with Guilt Free TV. Make sure to head over to his channel to watch the interview in full. The link is in the description below.
Look, anecdotes are anecdotes, even if they're published as case reports in medical literature. It's all about the science. You saying I feel great is someone else saying my uncle lived to be 110 smoking cigarettes every day, therefore smoking is fine. Well, smoking was fine for them, but if you look at the actual science, smoking on average is really bad because about 8 years off your life and increases risk. Blah, blah, blah. We know that, right? So, it's just like wearing a seatbelt won't guarantee you're not going to die in a car crash. Right? Someone could say, well, I knew someone wore the seatbelt, died in a car crash. Well, yeah, that's not an argument against wearing your seatbelt because we know that reduces our risk, and that's why we do it. And the same thing with a healthy diet. No guarantee that you're not going to get cancer or diabetes or whatever, but dramatically reduces risk. Just like 1 in 10 people get lung cancer, never smoked in their lives. And so you look at the science, we look at the best available balance of evidence, and you say, this is the diet that is most likely to improve my health and longevity, period. Now, it's great to have that inner, we hear about all the data, and it's nice to have that personal experience. And that's why I encourage people, look, give it a couple of weeks, right? Like the 21-day Kickstart program from Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. And again, it's just like, well, give it a couple of weeks, give it 3 weeks, right? Give it a try. You'll never know how good you feel until you try it. And even if you're healthy, right? Even if you're not battling some disease, so you're getting, lab work before and after, because then we can really show you what the diet can do. Even if you're healthy, people all the time come back to me and say, oh my God, I thought I was healthy, but I just thought it was normal to, have upset stomach after meals. But all of a sudden their digestion's better. All of a sudden their sleep's better. All of a sudden their energy's better. And so then they have that internal motivation to stick with it to get those long-term benefits, like reducing the risk of most of our top leading killer diseases. Now, having said all that, if you personally don't experience that, then you have to figure out why. So you have to say, well, okay, if you're cutting out all that junk, what are you replacing it with? So, for example, it's rare, about 1 in 250 people or so, 1 in 500 have a soy allergy, for example, right? But they've never eaten a soybean in their life. But then all of a sudden, they started eating plant-based, and so they basically eat like soy-based versions of everything. And so all of a sudden, they're getting all the soy, and little did they know their whole lives they've really been allergic to soy. And all of a sudden, they feel horrible. And they're like, wow, when I stopped eating my burger, I felt horrible, so obviously the burger was awesome. It's like people going on this carnivore diet. You just eat meat. If you had celiac disease, or if you were allergic to citrus, for example, you just ate meat, all of a sudden you feel so much better. It's not the meat. It's all this. Little did you know that, you're just intolerant of X, Y, or Z. But we can certainly get at that. So you can have the best of both worlds, a healthy diet. It's just going to improve your health and longevity.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below and subscribe for more upcoming videos.